How I was almost used for ritual by Chief. This is my story. My name is Lara. I am an undergraduate student of Lagos State University. I wouldn't want to mention my department because I want to stay anonymous. I have not always been this way, but situations made me to follow men for money. It all started one particular period when I was so broke and no one to run to for financial assistance. My family is poor and I have been struggling to see myself through school. So I met Jenny, a happening babe in school. Jenny lives a luxurious lifestyle that most students do envy her. Jenny and I are in the same department, so I thought I could run to her for financial assistance, at least pending till when I gather money to pay her back. How can a very beautiful girl like you be suffering in this school when there are thousands of Lagos men who are ready to spend on young pretty girls like us? Jenny said. Jenny started telling me how she has become a big girl in school, that I should join her instead of disgracing myself begging for money up and down. She told me all the beautiful things I could buy for myself if only I would accept to join her. She told me that a party would be happening that night and she would like me to join her so she could introduce me to one of the men. Jenny convinced me, and because I didn't know what else to do or who else to go to, I accepted to go with her. That fateful night, I went with Jenny to the party. I was very scared and shy too because I haven't been in a party filled with men before. But Jenny assured me that I am safe with her. She introduced me to this man, let's call him Ike for the purpose of this story. I could see how the man was looking at me. He almost stripped me naked with his eyes. I could tell that he was lusting after me. I was very uncomfortable because it was my first time. After the introduction, Mr. Ike took me to a separate table where him and few other people were drinking and smoking. I was contemplating going back to my hostel, but it was very late at night, and again, who would give me money if I go back to my hostel? They invited me to join them in drinking, but I couldn't decline, so I joined. After the party, I didn't see Jenny again. Mr. Ike took me to his hotel room and I knew what was about to go down. I was scared, but I had no choice. Mr. Ike had his time with me and I felt very dirty and worthless. He transferred 300k to me and promised to do more if I keep being a good girl to him. I was happy about the money, but each time I remember how I was deflowered by him because of money, I feel so bad. Life goes on, I said to myself. From that night, I became a baddie. I started hanging out with Jenny and with different men often, and my account balance became huge. I was living a baby girl's lifestyle, and I enjoyed it. People started gossiping about how I have started following men for money, but I didn't care. To me, my life has become perfect, all because of Mr. Ike and my other male friend or sugar daddies. So one fateful night, I went out with Jenny and some other big girls I got to know through Jenny. It was a club, and when we came in and started having fun, a man approached me and informed me that his boss was calling me. When I got to his table, the man introduced himself to me. Let's call him Chief A. We started vibing, and from how he was spraying money, I knew he was a very rich man. In my mind, I was like, I have met a correct man, and that means more money to my account. When it was time for us to leave the club, Chief asked me to join him as he would love to spend the night with me. Although I was skeptical about it, but I decided to risk it. I spent the night with him and we had fun together. The next morning, Chief sent one of his men to take me back to my lodge because I had already gotten an accommodation off campus. I was feeling on top of the world, but I never knew that what was waiting for me was bigger than me. After 1 month of being treated like a queen by Chief A, I got an invite from him about a party that he would be hosting for him and his friends. Chief told me that I needed to be in that party, that if possible, I should also bring some of my friends along while coming. So I looked forward to the party. Chief bought me different clothes that I would wear. He bought me so many things. He got me ready practically for that day. So I was very happy and looked forward to joining Chief in his party and meeting with some of his friends that I've not met before. So I told Jenny about it, but she told me she had some other party she needed to attend to, and she was going with other of our friends. So I didn't really push it. I said fine, I was going to go alone. So I looked forward to that day. On the D-Day, Chief sent one of his men to come pick me up from my school. I got into the car and we drove off. I was very comfortable because it was the same man that used to come and pick me up, so I didn't find anything fishy. So when we got to the apartment, when we got into the compound, Chief came out to welcome me, and he took me to the sitting room where he served me some drinks. He told me to sit down there and wait for him while he go inside to do one or two with his friends. So I sat comfortably there, but one mind told me not to take the drink. I didn't know why. So I decided to go around to check out the house and see how beautiful the interior was. So as I was going around, I came towards this particular door. I noticed that it was slightly open. So I peeped through the door, and what I saw gave me goosebumps. When I got there, what I saw nearly sent me to the land of the dead. I saw Chief and some other men in a red cloth making some incantations. There was a lady laying on the center table naked. She was tied up. I felt hot urine running down my legs immediately. I heard Chief mention that he brought the other sacrifice, which was me. He told them he had already served me the drink laced with sleeping pills. And once they are done with the other lady, they would go bring me in. At that moment, I started praying in my mind. I was begging God to save me, that I would change from my ways if only He could save me. I immediately tiptoed towards the exit door, but I found out that it was locked. At that moment, I felt it was over. I was imagining the pain my family will go through when they find out I was dead. I also imagined different headlines that would make it to social media concerning me. I decided to search if I could find another door, but all doors were locked. At that moment, I knew only a miracle could save me. Luckily for me, I saw a basement that led to an underground. I followed through it and I busted out of a lonely forest. I was extremely scared because everywhere was very dark. I was scared of being devoured by wild animals or even getting into the wrong hands again. But the only thing in my mind was how to survive. I started running in a particular direction even though I didn't know where it was leading me to. I tried calling my friends, but there was no network to reach anybody. The only thing I could mutter was, "God save me and I will serve you." I was wandering inside the forest for hours. That my phone battery was almost flat due to I was using the torchlight to see. Luckily for me, I met a hunter who helped me find my way to the main road after I had told him how I escaped from ritualists. Mind you, all these were happening around midnight and early hours of morning. I asked him how I could get back to my school, and he told me we were already out of Lagos. I found out from him that I was in Ogun State. The hunter took me to his house because I was not with any money, and I had to wait for morning to reach so I could withdraw from POS vendors. With the help of the hunter, I was able to locate the nearest POS where I was able to transfer and get cash. He also directed me on where to get a bus going to Lagos. I thanked him so much and headed to the motor park. Immediately I went into the bus, I heaved a sigh of relief and thanked God for giving me another chance to live. When I got back to my lodge, I couldn't go to school for over a week because I was still traumatized. I had to look for another accommodation somewhere else because I felt Chief might come back to look for me in the apartment he knows. I immediately informed Jenny and my other friends about what I experienced and warned them to quit the lifestyle. They feel it can't happen to them. I wished them well and cut them off completely. Luckily for me, I still had enough money saved in my account. I had to use it to start a clothing business, and by the grace of God, the business is thriving. I decided to share my story because it might really save someone out there. Dear ladies, please be safe out there. There are so many men ready to devour you. Just shine your eyes. This is my story and I hope you were able to learn one or two from it. Thank you so much for watching and please do not forget to subscribe so you will get more interesting stories. Thank you so much for listening to Lara's story and thank God for her life. Bye.